Hi, so in this fifth class on different types of psychotherapy, we're going to talk about the somatic therapies. And there are different types of somatic therapies, some that have been very intrinsically and carefully developed, and others that are not necessarily psychotherapy, but they integrate the body's reaction to your traumas and your abuse. I happen to think that these are absolutely essential to integrate into your therapeutic process because our bodies are very much part of our emotional package and very much about the physiology of abuse and trauma. And if we have been harmed in any way in our physical body, we will actually hold on to that harm as a way of almost respecting ourselves, honoring ourselves, and keeping the story alive in our body, as well as we don't always know how to let go, let our bodies go. We know it's hard enough to let your emotions go, let your thoughts go, let your attitude go, let your relationships go, but to let your body go. And what I mean by go is go away from the effect of the trauma and the abuse. It's hard to rescue all of who we are from that and move it over here so that we can move forward. But in a sense, that's what we're doing in all of these types of psychotherapy. And so this type of psychotherapy, truly different types of psychotherapies, I should say, truly does try to speak to the nature of the physical body holding on to the impact of your abuse and trauma. So some of these are associated to talking to a therapist and the therapist ascertaining that there's something in your body physically. It could be energetically, the way you move muscularly, the way you have some sort of glitch, the way you move or posture yourself, the grimaces, the patterns of movement, or even the complaints of physical pain or physical complications. And so the therapist can work with, one, the symbolism of those types of pain associated to what you've gone through in your past, the symbolism of what it means inside of you. So it's really important to explore the meaning of those particular physical experiences associated to your abuse and trauma. And that's where it's tied into the in-depth therapy work. On a second level, now not all somatic therapies even care about doing that, but just to let you know. The second thing is to be able to actually do a physical movements or work on a physical level that expresses or catharts the destructiveness of that physical complication. So you can cathart it, move it, shift it, reprogram it in all sorts of different ways in a somatic type of therapy. And that can be done as well as you shift from in-depth work into exploration and symbolism, and then into actually reprogramming your body in a different sort of way. Somatic therapies also go beyond that in terms of actually being able to, some therapies integrate with touch, massage, acupuncture, a physical therapy as well. In fact, one of the interesting groups of people that I'm hoping we will reach will be the physical therapists who can actually recognize that when their patients come to them with these memories of pain that are associated to horrible events, that may be so part of them healing physiologically in physical therapy through exercise and movement to be able to cathart those emotions. In fact, what we find is that through Felden's, I just can never remember that one. I'll write it down. That there are certain types of massages and particular types of therapies that are specifically focused on the types of holding on. Ralphing, for example, which is very painful, is like releasing out of your body the pains of what you've gone through so that you don't have to hold on to it in your body. I also find, though, that exercise is tremendously good on this level. So that if you do the type of exercises related to meditative movements, I'm going to talk about Tai Chi, Qigong, Pilates, yoga, and meditative movement. These are all very helpful. But I also find running vigorously, cardiovascular intensity, even muscular movements in weights or in resistance work. These are very powerful in being able to release the muscles from holding on to what it was impacted by and strengthening it so that you can actually modify and change it. Boxing, martial arts are both able to create the catharsis, the intensity, and empower you. That's all part of it as well with those particular types of approaches, as well as express your power and get in touch with your power so you're no longer sitting in your weakness, as well as often be able to work out the pains and the stiffness and the stuckness of the pain, the stuckness of the energy, the stuckness of the memories that are associated to it. So if you are working with a trainer, a physical trainer, a fitness trainer, or a therapist that has fitness training background, then you know that that person can help you express these things, work it out, and empower yourself through these physical processes. Somatic psychotherapies, Peter Levine has been very outspoken on his particular approach. It has had a lot of research to it, seems to have a lot of benefit to it, and there are other approaches as well. So you might be aware that if your body's in a lot of pain and you were really abused on a physical level, please include this as part of your package of healing. And also know that anytime you're getting truly therapeutic massages or truly therapeutic physical assistance, that you want to receive them as kindness, as gifts, as soothing, as empathy, as caring as possible, so that it doesn't transform itself into feeling like you have to be afraid or tight because someone's coming close to your body. You want to see what you can do on a psychological level to receive the healings that may be available to you on a physical level. Okay, so these would be the somatic oriented therapies. Bye.